Hello, tenors. My name is Jeff Rolka. Thank you for checking out my video. This is a high note practice. It is not fancy. What we are going to do is get a little bit of balance going with the voice, run through most of the cardinal vowels in the range that just sits underneath the secondo passaggio, which is also the break. And then we're going to practice that transition, and then we'll eventually go on to the next registration event beyond that. If you are not familiar with your registration events or registration event practice, perhaps consider checking out the video series that I've put a link to in the upper corner of the screen here. That will help dramatically with this practice. It is going to start off pretty modestly, so if you're not warmed up, that's fine, but you may find that you want to do a little bit extra warm-up too, because it's going to get exciting really quickly. I do not talk very much at all in these videos except to introduce new exercises or changes in vowels, so thank you if you have chosen to subscribe. If you haven't yet, I hope that you will do so now. Thank you to my Patreon supporters. I greatly appreciate the support. It is with your support that I can continue to do this, so thank you very much. And it's also where you can get these practices or the PDF sheets that accompany these practices. The practices would be in MP3 format. You can, of course, follow along here. And we're going to begin with short vowel syllables. They help with balance in the voice. Sounds like this. We. And maybe roll your shoulders, stretch out a little bit. Let's do it again. And we. Another arpeggio, starting on the 5th scale degree, anticipate the modification to the E vowel. We. And same thing again. And moving a little bit further into the zona de passaggio, the area of our voices where we're changing from thyroarytenoid dominant singing to cricothyroid dominant singing in ascending, descending scale. E to A, again, anticipate the modification to the vowels. Sounds like this. We're actually going to start here. E, descend and reascend. E into A. A and ah. A, ah, and. A and O. A, O, and. Ah and O. O, and. Starting at the 5th scale degree and now descending again, anticipate the modification for each vowel as we get to it, though we'll be beginning with A here. Again, in the key of G. A, ah. One more time. A, ah. A and O. A, O, A, O, and. first round of lip trill. It's a series of 3 arpeggios followed by a scale. Sounds like this. Then we'll move on from there. We're beginning in the key of A flat major. Lip trill. And A and ah sounds like this. A, ah, A, ah, A, ah, and A and O. A, O, A, O, A, O, and if the next pattern is unfamiliar, I would heartily encourage you to do it with the lip trill first, but we are going to jump directly to vowel sounds. It's a trill on a note. We're going to make our way slowly across the secondo passaggio, then we're going to start right up on top of it in the key of A flat major. A and ah sounds like this. A, ah. One more time. You can follow along if you like. And and O. And and O. And. Now, I could edit this out, but it's important to have a little bit of a moment sometimes when you're in the middle of a warm-up or a practice, just to let things settle in. It doesn't have to be a long moment. This will certainly suffice. We're now going to move on beyond the secondo passaggio to the next registration event. I would encourage you to start this one with the super lip trill. So if you've done a lip trill in the past, whether either without your hands or squeezing inwards, the way that I do here, in this case, you grab the cheeks and pull them apart. And we're going to do the Rossini scale that way. So what you'll have is, I guess I can't do that and play at the same time. I've come upon a bit of a limitation here, so I'll just use the regular one. Either way, but again, the super lip trill is excellent at getting the required subglottic air pressure for the registration event beyond the secondo passaggio. So if you can do it, or at least practice with it and work towards it, I would encourage you to do so. We're doing the Rossini scale, starting there. Tempo is going to be here. A and ah. A, ah, and. A and O. A, O, and ah and O. Ah, and And there you go, tenors. Again, nothing fancy, but pretty thorough for upper register practice. It is worthwhile going through the whole thing, quite frankly, with the lip trill, particularly if these practices are new to you, or if you're finding that the vowel alignment isn't really working out, then start it with the lip trill and then work through the vowels in the exercises. I've put the vowels in a specific order to try to help as much as I can, but we all have our individual differences, and in these areas of our voices, when we're starting to get towards the outer limits of things, that's when inconsistencies will show up quite a lot. Thank you as always for watching. Again, I hope it helps. Thank you if you've chosen to subscribe, and if you haven't yet, I do hope that you'll do so now. Thank you one more time to my wonderful Patreon supporters that make this possible. And again, if you want this as an MP3 or you'd like to have the PDF to practice along with, Patreon is the place to find it. Thank you one last time. My name is Jeff. Take really good care of your voices. Enjoy singing, and hopefully we will see you again. Bye.